Hello and welcome back to VHawks Podcast. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a call. Hello? Oh, another lineman injury? Yeah, sounds about right. Okay. Yep. Add it to the list of like 40 other Vikings on the injury on IR. Okay, thanks. Sorry, had to take that. Pretty much sums up our offensive line this season. So,
I think the Texans also just traded another lineman while you were on the call, so
yeah, one's trading, one's just getting injured.
dying.
Yeah. So, yeah, just found out news today that Michael Jurgens, our backup center, did not practice and has like a knee injury or something, ankle, some of the nature, and so might not be with him anymore for this week. We've also lost Brian O'Neill, our right tackle, for the foreseeable future. Brian Kelly, who I was originally going to say, got his second concussion in the span of 4 weeks. So, dude might just need to retire because I think that's his fifth in his career, and he's getting older anyway. And Donovan Jackson broke his wrist in the middle of the Bengals game, was able to finish it out, which I don't know how you finish a game with a broken wrist and still block well. Like, bro, I
Wrap that
don't
shit
know
in
how
so
I'd be able
much
to do
tape.
that. Like, I just don't understand. But yeah, so we've got two-fifths of our offensive line there. And we don't even know if Darisal's 100%, but it doesn't matter because he's just that good. Um,
It's
but
against
yeah,
Dylan Gabriel though,
but but it's Miles Garrett rushing the second string right tackle.
but Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a battle of defenses if you're asking about our upcoming
Whoever
game.
gets like the most pick sixes or fumble
Yeah.
returns will win.
No, that's literally what it is. I think we'll have one good deep shot to Addison for a touchdown or Naylor, because I think they're just going to take away Jefferson like most teams do. Because they actually have a cornerback safety and either another cornerback or safety to actually do that, I think. So I might honestly predict a like very low yardage game for Jefferson, like career low. Um, but I'm going to predict a long touchdown from Wentz to Naylor or Addison, and then that's going to be our offensive production for the most part.
Well, we'll get to that game in a moment. Starting off this week of, I'll just call them games. That's all I really can say for them.
Yeah.
49ers versus the Rams. I don't know if you saw the 49er injury list, but
Pearsall
Purdy's
out,
out,
Jawan
Pearsall's
Jennings out,
out.
Purdy's out.
Yeah.
Kittle's back, right? Yes or no?
Who?
Is Kittle back?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's going to be a rough one because now they're just going to be able to say, okay, we're stacking 12 men in the box. Mac Jones, if you can get a ball out on time to one of your zero receivers, good luck.
yeah.
Um, I have the Rams for this.
I have the
Rams
Rams
looked
as well.
good against the Colts. 49ers did not look good against the Jaguars. So
Yeah, I agree. Are we doing our teams last?
we'll just go through them just because,
Okay.
especially with yours being the Sunday morning
Okay.
game.
Sunday morning, I woke up at 7 a.m. because that's when it was on in Denver. The hotel would not stream the game. Then all of a sudden they were like, "Oh yeah, we can." And so I got to watch like the third quarter of it before going to my flight. That was annoying. Yeah, so apparently, like I said in the intro, Brian O'Neill and Ryan Kelly were hurt very early on in that game. So, TJ Watt and others just said, "Hey, you've got nothing. We're just gonna sneak our way in there." Um, so yeah, that partnered with KOC kind of just, hey, I know what'll work. Let's take a long developing pass play and then just put that on repeat 40,000 times. Like literally that was I think 70% of the play call was long developing pass plays when we have two of our five starters on offensive line.
And then on the
So
other side, DK Metcalf was having a season day.
I
Um,
mean, that was a linebacker. I actually know what happened there. So I had to go back and rewatch that. So yes, the one play for 80 yards or whatever it was, that was a broken coverage because Pace went for what he thought was the tackle for loss on Gainwell. So he jumped the gun, left his spot in the zone for what he thought he read. It was a misread, obviously. For some reason, Eric Wilson got credited for like the miss coverage on DK Metcalf, but it wasn't his guy. So anyway, either way, free 80 yards and a touchdown for DK Metcalf. Not
Not a good
good there,
time.
but I mean, like, other than that, holding Aaron Rodgers, I think, to under 200 yards, something of that nature, or 200, somewhere around there, like, that's still pretty good. Um, our defense held them to 24 points. They put up a lot more. Um, so, I mean, I'm not unhappy with that performance, with our offense having punted so much to that team. So, it's not the worst, but it's just the play calling was not there to get us in the game. The injuries were not there. The injuries were there to prevent us from having any time. And the other thing with the play calling was, oh, Jordan Mason running is working. Let's call something else. Like, you want to be a run first team, just stick with it. Literally, if we had Mike Zimmer, like I said for the Falcons game, like we might have actually had a chance at the Falcons game. Probably not. We probably still lose the Falcons game because JJ was still accustomed. But we win this game if we have Mike Zimmer because Mason goes off for 100 plus yards because we're just running the ball.
I think the worry with Mason, I think it was either first or second drive.
Yeah, the fumble out of
He
bounds.
almost or he fumbled it, but he was able to get it out of bounds, or
Hmm.
he was out of bounds and was able to touch it to kill the ball.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a little bit of he might do it again and
Yeah, well,
just
I mean, that opened the door to Xavier Scott, though, which I'm very happy. He is one of my favorite players from preseason, and that dude can ball. He used to play wide receiver, but his size makes him a running back, so he is a dual threat, like literally a dual threat. So this is going to be the reverse Debo Samuel. I'm hoping once he gets like developed, because again, this is his first year in the league, so obviously, like he's not going to just pop off and be Debo, but this dude can do both jobs, as you saw. Like the touchdown he scored was as a receiver. It was not as a running back.
well, knowing he
Um,
went 2 carries for 1 yard,
yeah,
so
yeah, but they played him in a bunch. He had a couple catches for some yards as well, so he was in there for blocking as well.
well, it was
For
more meaning
yeah,
that most of what he did on the day was as a receiver.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. But again, like he's going to be used in both situations. When you have Mason leading you, you're probably not going to rush anybody else too much.
I think it was also
Um,
the problem y'all were down so much of that game.
yeah.
It was more of you had to make Carson Wentz pass just to get yourselves back in the game. And
Yeah, and which we almost did. Like stuff started working, and then whatever the last play call was that KOC threw in there, I have no clue what it is because they were four Steelers in the area and one Viking. So I'm just like, hey, you should be throwing hitters to the outside or going for it all. Like I don't care if you're throwing an 80-yard bomb down the field, maybe not 80, but like 60 yards. I think they needed to go for a touchdown if they wanted that. Like that would have been better than that play call because I don't know what that is. I don't know what that was, but that was not the move. He actually had time that time too, so it was like he could draw back and go for a play. And so the read was there, but there's so many coverages they could. I don't understand. Again, my problem is with KOC and obviously the injuries. Like the defense does not concern me. Yankel being hurt concerns me because we've lost every game he's not been in. Um, but it's that offensive line, man. It's just our backups cannot handle it. Brandel is fine because he's next to Darisaw, but it's the center and the right tackle that suck. Or whoever is going to have to back up Darisaw if he gets hurt, he sucks. So we have a good backup guard. Yay. That's
so back
about
to the
it.
matchup.
Oh, and Jurgens isn't that bad for center, but still, like, it's
You're going
bad.
against the Browns.
Yeah.
Yes, their defense has been good, but that
Mm.
offense has struggled mightily. They go and beat the Green Bay Packers, then go face the Lions, and they get absolutely belt to ass. Um, you get Joe Flacco having what 6 picks in 4 games or something like that.
Yep. And now we get
Um,
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan Gabriel, you have Shador doing mime shit in response to him still being QB3, which also means, brother, you're not doing good in practice. Because if you were
Yeah.
doing good in practice, either you would have moved past Dylan or you would be QB2. Because I highly doubt they want to go back to Flacco.
Yeah. But it's as simple as, hey, you were drafted in the fifth round. Dylan Gabriel was drafted in the third round. This is
And it's
simple math.
clear Stefanski and that maybe not the owner, but that front office wanted Dylan Gabriel. I
Mhm.
the owner can say whatever he wants. In all honesty, I truly do believe that the owner went and told them to get Shador because there's no other reason to draft 2 quarterbacks when you already had 3 on the roster. It just doesn't make sense. But going back to the matchup of Vikings versus Browns, I feel like this will, like you were saying, this is going to be a low defensive game where turnovers are going to be the difference of can you get a turnover on their end of the field and maybe get a field goal off or get a pick six or a fumble return. Um, just with that rookie experience versus
Brian Flores.
Brian Flores, I just feel like that's just going to be some issues that we saw versus Browning and the Bengals of how well y'all could do when you're forcing turnovers. You're just not going to get something like that versus Aaron Rodgers, and y'all just had so many injuries versus the Falcons, it just wasn't possible. So I feel like you're going to
We
be able to
did
get
get
an.
that against Aaron Rodgers last year, 2020. Yeah, we did get him against it last year, actually. We got a pick six and two more picks.
Well,
So, but
Rodgers has
anyway, yeah.
been Rodgers has been doing better than he was doing last year.
Yeah.
So a little bit back and forth.
Mm.
But I feel like you're going to be able to get those turnovers and enough stops in that game where you might be able to get 1 or 2 more field goals than they can manage. Because I feel like you're going to get 1 or 2 shots to Justin Jefferson um, or Addison
Yeah, you
just to
think I'll
put
get
you
that
self
long? You
position.
think we'll get that long touchdown? That'll be probably it
Yeah.
that I was mentioning. Yeah, okay. I was just gonna see if you agree with that. Yeah. So you're saying Vikings?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna. I think I've been going back and forth. I think I'm actually going to pick Vikings because I was just gonna say, like screw it, I'm gonna pick against my team because then it's a win either way. But no, I honestly think I'm gonna pick the Vikings. I think they're gonna win. I think it'll either be a very low scoring affair or somehow Isaiah Rodgers just goes, I'm gonna do it again. Just goes off,
You
follows
want
up
to
that
see me do it again?
99.9 with another 99.9. Oh my goodness. See, that's the benefit of not having to do 2 weeks. Talk about belt to ass.
Yeah.
Talk about week 3 against the Bengals. Isaiah Rodgers scored more than the damn team. Isaiah Rodgers scored more than the Packers did that week.
Well, it's like Torrey
Woo.
Horton with Seattle scored more than the Saints did with his two
Yeah.
touchdowns. Um,
Yeah.
But going on to our next game, we'll get to Seattle in a little bit.
Yeah.
Raiders versus Colts, both coming off disappointing losses. The Raiders are already 1-3. Geno Smith has not been looking good. Multiple picks. I think he's already thrown 3 picks in 2 games. Um, like each game, 3 picks, I believe. Just has not been going good there. And then Ashton Genty has been finally had a good game against the Bears, but there's been issues with his usage. Um, Colts, Indiana Jones got Crystal Skulled. Threw two
It's a fluke.
picks.
Give me the Colts.
Um, should have had an extra touchdown, but yeah, I'm taking the Colts. The Raiders just have not been looking good, and I feel like the Colts get a bounce back win after facing a tough Rams team, and the Raiders are not a tough team.
Also, Jonathan Taylor go Burr.
Yeah, he's
To
been
put
playing
to put
well this year, so
he's
that's
been he's been back. Dude might be comeback player of the year. Like there's a ton of people who are in the running for that, so that's going to be tough. But Jonathan Taylor is on a tear right now. All
We'll get
right, I
to
want to do this one because it's Battle of the Suck. So not really, because Jackson Dart's awesome, but because Malik Neighbors just got
yeah,
hurt,
stuff.
that's really bad. Um, with that said, though, Jackson Dart was already better than Russell Wilson. I know you're a Russell Wilson fan, so sorry about that. Like,
He's at that point of his career. He
yeah,
just doesn't have it anymore.
his great game was against the Cowboys, and we've seen how much the Cowboys can give up to even the Bears.
Yeah,
So,
or
I
Jordan Love.
mean, well, yeah, but they just have a history of beat. That's the first time the Packers have not won in Dallas. They were undefeated,
But they didn't lose either.
but they didn't win. Streak is still broken. But that's just crazy though. Is like they turned it on. Micah Parsons got a sack
It was a
um
sack. He was behind
that
the
game.
line.
I mean, yeah, it was for no gain, but it was like yeah, sure. Like it went down as a sack, but they didn't lose any yards on the play, so it was kind of like
I
whatever.
think they. Well, whatever.
But
We'll
yeah,
get
I
to
mean,
Dallas
again,
in a
like he got
minute.
a sack, but it was like, oh, this is Micah Parsons' revenge game. How's he going to do against Dak? One sack for no for like if it was any loss, it was a yard. So
Schottenheimer.
that
Well,
was
we'll
cool
we'll
for
get
him.
to the Cowboys in a minute, but I feel like
Yeah.
they game planned against Micah Parsons really well just to make
Oh
sure
yeah.
we're not going to let him get amped up to get the rest of the Packers amped up. But we'll get to Cowboys in a
Anyway,
minute.
yeah, going away from the Battle of the Sucks. Sorry. Um, the Giants. I think Jackson Dart and Scatabo. I don't know what he prefers to go by.
Scatabo, I believe.
They are
Scatabo?
just they are just they just have the it factor that even when the team sucks, the fans just love it because they're just like these two dudes are the future. They are awesome. I think they're going to carry him to another win. I think they're going to build on it. They just beat the Chargers. And again, Malik Neighbors was there for part of that game, so I get it. And it might have been just the rush of a new quarterback not having any tape. But the Saints are just so depleted. Sexy Dexy's going to shut down Kamara. I think that the Giants are going to win this game.
Yeah.
So
Um, the Saints kept it close against the Bills, but never in that game did you truly think, yeah, the Saints have a chance. No, you never really truly thought in that game that the Saints had a chance. And I feel like that defense was amped up with that offensive play. Now, we'll see how it goes throughout the year. There are worries with Jackson Dart's play of him getting himself injured. And we even saw it during the game where there was a couple of plays that Russ had to come back in. And that was because,
hit his hand on the helmet,
well,
and
no,
also he
Dart
got
had
his
to go
head.
out for a concussion check.
Yeah,
Um,
both of those happened in the same play though, so it might as well be a two
well,
in each.
I'd say the concussion is a little bit more worrisome, but whatever. Um,
Well, I mean, if quarterback hurts his throwing hand, I'd say that probably takes him out of the game.
fair.
I mean, I think they're
Um,
both equally bad for a quarterback. So
what was I gonna say? But I don't think he's gonna have any issues with the Saints. The Saints have not looked good. Um, there's just nothing going on with the Saints to say that they have any momentum coming into this game. Then knowing our luck, the Saints will come out and blow them by 21. But I'm going with the Giants as well. That defense has been ramped up with Dart. Scattaboo is playing well. So even without Malik Neighbors, I just feel like the Giants have enough there.
yeah, and now we can get to the Cowboys.
Yep.
Going to MetLife. Lamb's already injured. Who's going to get injured on this field next? I don't know, but I do think this is the time in the season where Dallas says, "Hey, you can keep making fun of us, but not for I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks. They're going to win their next two games, and then they're going to be like, okay, we're going to go back to embarrassing ourselves again." I think they're going to win this week. I don't know who they play next week, but basically, I'm thinking they're going to take a very short period of time to be like, oh, hey, we look like a competent team, and then they're going to drop off again. So. Also, because the Jets are, I think they're bringing Fields back for this game. I think he's healthy, and so they're starting him
He
back. So I'm
was
not sure how all
no, he
that.
was in that Miami game.
Oh, he was.
Yes.
All the more reason to pick the Cowboys then. Okay. I love Justin Fields. Like believe me, I really do love his play. But if you played that poorly against Miami, ooh, man, I get a division game, but
He was the one fumbling on two of the drives.
yeah,
And there was
ooh,
a point where they had 3 out of 4
want him to
drives
do
with a
well.
fumble.
Yeah,
Um,
I want him to do well, but man, he was good with the Steelers. I don't like he really was. I don't. And anyway, who cares?
he
My love
had
for
an
Justin Fields
O-line,
does not have any meaning. Dallas Cowboys are going to win. We're going to think the media is going to go, oh, they're confident. They got to win. They tie the Packers, the Super Bowl favorite, and then they
beat the
beat the
Jets.
Jets. Yeah, they're good against green teams. Good for them. Like,
Well, they didn't
when
beat
did
the
they play
Eagles,
Seattle? And they're like, no, are they going to beat Seattle? Probably not. Um,
I don't even think we
we did-
played them.
I don't think they play you. Yeah, because they were
And
third
then
in the
they
division.
lost to the Eagles, so
Yeah.
that's they're 1-1
Yeah.
and 1 against green teams.
Yeah. They're about to be 2-1-1.
Well, no, if they beat the
Oh, if they
Jets, that
beat
would be
oh
one
yeah,
one
I
and
got
one.
you. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, the Jets just not looked good. Sauce Gardner, we need to have a conversation. He's not good. And all he's
He
known
was backed
for
with DJ
is
Reed being there.
holding on to every single player, and they're finally calling it, and then he goes out and, oh, look, I'll keep it peachy, complains
I
that
mean, you
they
did already
only
say fell to
call they
ass
only
this
call
episode.
penalties on me because we're a losing team. Bro, you were facing the Dolphins. They were
We're
0
also a
3 as
losing team.
well.
Yeah. That holds no bearing.
Yeah. If the Jets didn't look like suck on Monday night, maybe they would have a chance against his defense. I could see Justin Fields having a game like he did that week 1, but doing that against the Dolphins defense and then that defense looking like crap against Tua and gang. Now we'll get to the Dolphins in a minute, but yeah, I feel like the Cowboys defense will actually look decent just because Fields and that offense suck so much. So I'm going with the Cowboys as well. Um,
Speaking of green teams, one of the only two undefeated teams left in the league are hosting the Denver Broncos. I have become a quasi Eagles fan, which is something that I never thought I would be because I don't like the Eagles. But they let us sign Isaiah Rodgers, and I thought back, how do we get Justin Jefferson? It's the Eagles. I'm going to be an Eagles fan for every week this season, except for when we play them and if we face them in the playoffs. I'm just putting that down there now.
am I allowed to
And
say bandwagon?
well, no, because I'm not being like a fan as in like I hope they win the Super Bowl. I'm just saying like I'm going to pick them for like pretty much every game. And like I'm not going to be heartbroken at their wins anymore. Or not heartbroken. I'm not going to be angry that they're winning.
Okay,
Like
that's fair.
I like the team now. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like you get like you can watch that team and have fun watching them instead of being like, damn, why are the Packers winning, right? Instead of saying, dang, why are the Eagles winning? I mean, I'll be like, okay, cool, like that play, whatever. Anyway, um, yeah, no, I mean, I think they still haven't played a full 4 quarters, but they haven't needed to. So, I mean,
They
like,
haven't played 2 full halves. They've played a
sorry,
full first
halves.
half,
Yeah,
full second half. They
yeah,
haven't played a full two
sorry,
halves.
full 4 quarters is what I meant. But yeah, essentially it's the halves as well. I'm not sure if they put it together against the Broncos, but I think they do enough to win still. I still have concerns about Bo Nix. I think all of us do. And
He did not look great against the Bengals defense until it just started falling apart for the Bengals.
we're the Titans, which is quite concerning.
Colts
Or,
are looking good, so I
you
won't.
know,
And
yeah,
he
the
played pretty
Colts,
well against the
yeah,
Colts
he
and the
played
Chargers.
decently against the Colts and the Chargers, but I mean, he
The Chargers just
did not,
lost to the
yeah,
Giants.
yeah, and the Titans are the Titans.
Yeah.
You can't even call division weirdness there. The Chargers you can call division weirdness.
Yeah.
That's part of it. But yeah, so I just, it's also one of those things. I think I have to do what you did last year as well. Like I know we haven't done any rankings videos, but the Eagles are going to be my one until they take a loss. Like I think that's just how they're going to be. And but what I was going to say is I told Matt week one that this is the best chance that a team has to break the 30-year curse in the NFC East. I think the Eagles will do that. If I also repeated it to him week two and week three, like I've been telling you, I'm like the Eagles are gonna do it. They're gonna break the curse.
Especially just looking at the rest of the division, there's nobody there right now to really challenge them.
And even when Jaden Daniels was healthy, they were not looking good
Well, they
in
only
their
played the
games.
Giants, and then he was out after that game.
And the Packers. He got hurt late in the
Fair,
Packers
that's
game.
fair, fair, fair,
Yeah.
fair.
So
We'll get to Commanders in a minute. We need to get through some of these games.
yeah.
Um, I'm actually going to go with the Broncos. Saquon has not looked amazing yet this year, and the Eagles have had some questions with AJ Brown. I feel like the Broncos secondary is a team that can lock down their throwing game, and I feel like that will create some issues on offense, and I'll give Bo Nix enough chances to get them enough. Now, Broncos coming off the Monday night game, um, I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles won, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I would say if there's a team to knock them off, like defensively, it definitely is the Broncos. Because, like, I think why Saquon hasn't gone off yet is because people are like, okay, we're gonna make Jalen Hurts beat us. And is Pat Surtain still injured?
I didn't know he was injured, so
Okay. Um, Maybe he went because I know he went out, like he pulled his hamstring or something. But I'm not sure if that was 2 weeks ago or this week. Um, he may not be hurt. But either way, I think that it's still tough to game plan against the Eagles offense because they do have Saquon as a dynamic back. Jalen Hurts, you need a spy for him as the who they play first? Cowboys? Once the Cowboys found out you need a spy for Jalen Hurts. Um, and AJ Brown can still win one-on-one. Like he's the best one-on-one receiver in the league right now, right? Or
who?
like last year at least. AJ Brown was the best one-on-one. Like if he's single covered, he's the best
I would have to
one-on-one
go look
receiver.
into the results, but
Okay, I think he was last year. So I mean, if that's what teams are doing, this is going to be one of those de facto games. It's like, okay, AJ Brown, do you want to be traded or not when we give you a good game? This is his chance to have a good game if they truly want to shut down Saquon Barkley because they will have to stack the box, which will create those one-on-one opportunities. And I also think Dotson's a lot better than people give him credit for. Like, I know he's a wide receiver three, but he's been getting a lot of targets lately. And I think that with him and Smith or AJ Brown, like Smith might become the one that they double team now because the Hurts Smith connection just seems to be stronger. One of those three at least is going to win their one-on-ones. So I'm thinking this is good. But anyway, I will say it's a tough defense.
and then going on to the Dolphins Panthers. Dolphins lose Tyreek Hill for the year. They say that his surgery went well, so he will. They're hoping he's going to play for next year, but I think he's also was in a contract year this year, so we'll see what happens there.
It's a
Um,
nasty injury too.
yeah, if you don't like gores, shit like that, don't look up the injury. It's gruesome, and ESPN, stop. I'll leave that there, but stop. Um, they get a decent win against the Jets, and then the Panthers go destroy the Falcons, and then go get dominated by the Patriots. All three losses have been on the road. I think Tyreek Hill, that loss, and then also Dolphins having to go on a road on the short week. I'm going with the Panthers just because their one win has been at home, and just the other factors of the Dolphins is going to be enough to cost them.
Yeah, I think it's one of those you're gonna take the emotional loss first. So you're gonna lose to Carolina. Then maybe you bounce back the next week. but also I think the Panthers are looking like, hey, we just had this great win and then we fall from that. No, we got to pick ourselves right back up.
Yeah.
They don't have that injury to concern themselves with. So I'm gonna go with the Panthers as well. One of my first upsets on this list for some reason, which I don't think there really should be because they're both 1-3. But anyway, yeah, gotta go with home team here. The crowd should be a factor, maybe. You hope. Okay. This is probably my favorite matchup of the week, just because how the hell are these teams 1-3? I understand the Texans actually. They might be the worst team in the league. And I know they have a win, but they have not looked good.
The O
Even in
line
their
has been
win.
atrocious,
Yeah.
and CJ
And
Stroud
like
has fallen from
not
grace from where he was.
he's not him anymore. Like, and it sucks because I like Nico Collins, I like Tank Dell, I like the guys they've got going on there, but like you have no line, your quarterbacks regressed heavily, like your defense. I love Daniil Hunter too, but like it's like that's falling apart too, and he can't do everything. So it's just like where the heck did this team go? They're on the verge of going from first to third or last, and I was gonna say last, but I remember the Titans exist. Um, in their division, and it's like when did this jump occur? And
Trading all the way their offensive
yeah,
line during the offseason.
right. Because you can't say exactly, but because you can't say with the Texans, like, oh, they've played really good teams, like you can with the Ravens. The Ravens at least have the excuse of we've played good teams. We also have a few injuries, but we didn't trade away our offensive line, and we played some pretty good teams. One of the teams they faced was the undefeated Bills. So, yeah, I mean, that's just one of them. You play the Chiefs. Mahomes has a history of just destroying Lamar in every game. I think Lamar's actually only beaten Mahomes once in his career, something like that.
Honestly, I don't
Um,
think he has.
maybe not. Even more the reason of just a matchup type game. But then the Lions, 3-1 now. Like their schedule has been really brutal. Granted, they've had at least two of those games in the bag. Derrick Henry fumbling every game. Whew. I actually don't know if he fumbled in the fourth game. I know he fumbled off all of the first three, but it's just like, how did we get here? But to speed things along for you guys, I'm going to go with the Ravens. They're at home. They're finally facing a team that does not look good. I know Lamar's hurt. I still think they get it done. I think Derrick Henry runs all over that defense. I think Justice Hill is a great check down back. I think he's one of the most underrated backups in the league in terms of just his dual threat ability. And they've still got good weapons. Their defense can still make plays. So I'm gonna take the Ravens. I know it's a semi risk with Lamar being out, but I'm gonna take them.
I'm not trusting Cooper Rush. I'm not trusting a defense that has a shit ton of injuries, more people going on IR. I think they have like 19 injuries right now. Um, that defense is like statistically the worst in the league right now. Um,
I
they've been
mean,
embarrassed.
whose wouldn't be against the Bills, the Lions, a team that kills you every time, and the Chiefs? I forget which other team they played, but I'll look that up while you talk.
But I just they've beat the Browns. That was they beat the crap out of the Browns.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Um, but without Lamar, I feel like he's the one that makes that whole system go. Texans are just going to stack the box and say Derrick Henry, come on, and I think that's going to create issues. I have the Texans winning this. Cardinals Titans. Titans have sucked. Um, you have Cam Ward going out and saying that the team is ass, and the coach going out after him and saying, "Don't no bad, don't say that. How dare you? Even you're 0-4, brother. Like you're going to get fired." Cardinals. They were 2-0, lose two straight NFC West games. They have now lost their first and second starting running back. One for the year, second just went on IR. Um, Marvin Harrison and Murray have not been great. They started getting a little bit of that together at the end of the Seahawks game, but it was too little, too late. Um,
Sorry, I was doing a Marvin Harrison impression.
but the
Oh, sorry.
Cardinals coming off a mini bye. Titans have nothing going for them. I'm giving it to the Cardinals just because I feel like that defense will be able to do enough, even if the Cardinals have no run game.
My team's injured to hell. I don't care what I do on camera. I'm I'm all I have to say is last week, Titans under 100 yards passing, under 100 yards rushing. Enough said. Cardinals win. Okay. Um, I'll let you talk about this next one.
Okay, Seattle. You're 3-1. Your only game you lost was the 49ers. You handle your business against the Steelers. You destroyed the Saints. Special teams looks amazing, and then you get to the Cardinals. Your first part of that game, we were shaky. Then second and third quarters, it was steamrolling in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. 1-1 in the division. Division weirdness happened in both.
But the defense, the
Yeah.
defense.
There were issues.
Uh, and then Marvin Harrison just
Major
became a Randy Moss
concerns.
god. Um, Tariq Hill, there's questions about him being traded. I'm honestly not against it anymore. He's had enough time. Get him out of there. There's guys behind him that have been playing better. Um, Tampa Bay coming off a difficult loss to the Eagles. First three games they won, it was all at the end, barely clinging on against not great teams. The Jets. Um, who else did they play? The Falcons. Who was that third team? The Texans. And then the Eagles, it turned into that was too much of a climb. They put themselves in way too deep of a hole to bring themselves back. Um, Even then, I'm still saying Buccaneers are going to win this game. I feel like Seattle's defense is going to have issues, and I feel like this is going to be a Tampa Bay defense that Seattle's going to struggle against, and just feel Seattle's not going to be able to do enough in this game. So even with the mini bye, I see Seattle losing this.
I think that first of all, I agree. I'm also going with the Bucks. Um, this is another game I was kind of like, who do I go with? I think that this is not a trap game because you're both 3-1, but it's a sneak up behind you game. I don't know what you call it. Like Seattle's on a good streak right now because your win streak is 3 because you lost your first game. So I think you're feeling good. You're like, okay, defense is concerning, but we're still winning. I think the Buccaneers are a good enough team to take advantage of that. I think that they'll probably get their act together because they're like, okay, if we had just played better in the first half, or if Baker Mayfield just didn't make that throw, then we might have beaten the Eagles. Like they could be undefeated had that happen. So I think they're gonna try and build on that. They have a complete team as well. Sam Darnold does not do well against the Buccaneers. So that's just another thing I took into factor as well. So we'll see how it happens. I would not be surprised if Seattle wins, especially with home field advantage. But on the other hand, again, I just keep going back and forth because like home field advantage. Baker's really good on the road. He's a good villain. So it's like I don't know what to do. So I'm picking the Buccaneers as well.
Next game, I think just Lions.
Yeah.
Okay. Next game, Commanders
Chargers.
Chargers. Commanders have been without Jaden
So
Daniels.
I thought that one was going to be quick too. My bad.
They're getting Jaden Daniels back, I believe. But I see the Chargers winning this. They're going to want a bounce back game after a very disappointing loss to the Giants, and they need to start winning games now that the Chiefs are coming back. So yeah.
Harbaugh is on one of those riding lawnmowers, and he's having his players wear like huge weights, and he's just chasing them down the field. Um,
Bills.
Bills. All right. This is actually my most fun game, in my opinion. I know the Chiefs are going to win because the NFL likes rigging games in their favor, but I'm picking Jacksonville. It's in Duval, and they've been
Duval.
Duval. They've been decent. You can't tell like I get it 3 and
And it's
1
been
like
that defense.
they're good. That defense has been good. The Chiefs have struggled. Like it's not like the Chiefs have been blowing out like they're 2 and 2. It's not like they've been winning a ton. It's not like they've looked good in their games. They struggled with the Giants. They really, really did.
It wasn't until
Like,
like that fourth quarter where they finally broke it open.
yeah,
And that was
like
just because Russell was chucking it out the back of the end zone.
6 times,
Yeah.
which
Um,
was infuriating. Never been a bigger Russell Wilson fan in my life than that moment. He's just like, boop, boop, boop.
he's
Yeah.
not the
Okay.
same, and yeah,
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence heard all the ish being talked about him from everybody, and it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna turn back time and go to Clemson again. Like, I don't know, but I like this team. Another team. Like, I've never been a Jacksonville fan, but you know
they're
what?
a fun team to watch.
I'm gonna root for them now. Like, and again, I'm not rooting for the Eagles specifically to win games. I'm just not going to be upset at them winning games now. So like, I'm
They're
having a few
expected.
shifting. Yeah, they're expected. Exactly. Um, but no, I'm gonna go with Jacksonville just because I want to see it. I want to. I'm gonna manifest this game. And I don't really believe in manifesting, so we're just gonna see if this works, and then he and I are gonna laugh at one of our friends that believes in manifesting if it doesn't work. So I'm gonna go with Duval. I mean. The Chiefs haven't looked good. I don't even know if it's manifesting. The Chiefs have not looked good. Jacksonville has. Ride the trend. I don't know.
Famously on this podcast, I was the one to pick Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos versus the Chiefs when nobody believed that the Broncos would win that game. The Jaguars like to make a lot of turnovers. Um, Chiefs got Xavier Worthy back, and he was dominant. I don't know if it's just the Ravens' defense sucks, injured to hell. I just know it in my mind. My heart's saying one thing, and I've picked with my heart before, and I got bloodied down. I have to go with the Chiefs.
Yeah. And hey, I mean, I will say, keep it in mind that the year after you picked the Broncos, I had the biggest upset that next year. So it might be your turn because I forget which year you did the Broncos. I think, no, you did in 2023 because I was in Dallas when you made that pick. 2024, I had the biggest upset, and I forget which one it was, but I had like a 2%, 1% type upset pick. So I think that
Well,
was
if I get the
2024. So
Broncos,
this
that's a
so
10%.
so this is your year to pick the biggest upset because you had 2023, I had 2024, so it's now your year, then next year will be mine. So hey, 83 to 17, I think you should stick with the Chiefs because this isn't upsettable enough. You need to
Well,
pick
I'm
it when
picking
it's
the
below
Broncos. Go
10.
look at the Broncos.
Go look at the Broncos. Go look at the Broncos. Go look at the Broncos. It's 10% exactly. I think you can do better.
Well, we still have. I'm not picking the Bengals. I
No, I know.
that's just being
You,
stupid.
you know what? No, I'm just kidding. See, oh wait, no, it's 3%. Ooh.
Or do you go
See,
for the
part of
Titans at 4?
see, if I go for it, I want to go for all the marbles. Like I want to go for the 1 or 2%. That's my thing. Which I don't think we have a game on here, unfortunately, that is that low. Because Bills Patriots is also 3%. So yeah. I'm gonna wait on that. Then again, it's not my year anyway, so if I were to pick the Bengals, I'm just gonna lose big. So like I'll wait for it. But yeah, okay. You're going with the NFL's darling, who has not been that good looking anymore. It's like a Disney princess but you keep making movies as
It's the
they
live
age.
action version.
Yeah, and you keep making movies as the actress ages, and you're like, huh? Are we supposed to be attracted to them still? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I think you get my point. Um, yeah. So it's been a while for us. It really has. And we're just glad to be making videos again. We've both been making huge life, decisions and like adapting to the changes. And so like it's good to be back doing something that we're passionate about. And so hopefully we'll be able to be more on a schedule now. And picking teams like this is just fun. And we're not, and we've moved past 2023 laughing at each other's suffering. And maybe that's because laughing at my suffering will kind of be wrong because my suffering is caused by injury. If we were just choking away games, Matt would have every right to laugh. But we're not. We're just dead. We're not choking. We're actively. We just died. We drank poison. We're not choking on a muffin. We just drank straight up poison and died. Like you're not just gonna sit there at a dead dude and just laugh at him. Like I don't know. Like again, we're 2-2. You can laugh at us if you want to, but you can't really say it's not injury related when our offensive line is dead. And our another problem with KOC. JJ McCarthy was injured halfway through the Falcons game. You're gonna throw him back in with school at tackle? Are you kidding me? Because Darisaw was still out. You're gonna throw him in with school protecting your blind side? Do you hate this kid? What the hell are you
Well,
doing?
not to cut you off, but I think we've made this video long enough and don't want
No,
this to
we
be
did.
over an hour. So
Yeah, no, we did.
appreciate
There's
y'all.
just so
Hope y'all
many
still
issues.
watching.
But yeah,
Um,
hopefully you were still watching. We're just ranting at this point. All right, we may make a top 10, we may not. We may save stuff for next week. Who
It'll
knows?
probably be next week because it's
Yeah.
late.
Hopefully the Vikings will be 3-2. Hopefully the Seahawks will be 4-1. We'll see how it goes.
And maybe the 49ers can make a miracle,
Maybe,
a
maybe,
Christmas
and maybe.
miracle.
Oh, the Packers are on a bye.
Yeah. Hopefully the Jaguars can make a miracle for you.
Hopefully the Bengals somehow beat the If they beat the Lions, I'm gonna wear all orange and black. I don't. That would just
We'll
be
do a
such a
bit next week.
mind.
We'll do a bit.
Oh my God. And that's one thing I forgot I was going to mention. Thank you, Matt. We are going to try and make more comedic content. We are going to not make videos like this in the future, as in time wise. We're going to try and really limit that
God,
down.
this was long enough.
Yes. But we might create a new segment. We're going to quickly go through the picks. We're going to quickly recap teams. Those will be 2 videos. We're going to do our top 10. Then we're going to do kind of like a funny segment. We might not do our teams, or we might do them all, or we might just do like 3 funniest games, something like that. I don't know. But basically, the blueprint for now is I'm gonna act like a dumb piece of shit as the team.
So much for keeping this PG.
And Matt's, we haven't. You said the first curse of the podcast like 10 minutes in. But anyway, I'm gonna act like a dumb piece of crap. And then Matt's gonna act like the fan of that team.
Uh,
That's a
we'll,
dumb
we'll
piece of crap.
we'll
We'll
figure
figure it
something
out.
out.
It's
We
a
haven't
work
gotten
in
all the
progress.
details.
It's a work in progress, but it is for sure something we're thinking about because comedy is good. It's good to laugh at sports. You can't let it consume you. I know all too well as a Vikings fan, it can consume you, and you will get into bad habits. It's not helpful. You will throw remotes. It's not good, man. Who wants to buy a new TV? You don't. Who wants to buy a new TV? All right. Yeah. Little life lesson. Don't throw your TV.
Okay,
I
that's
can't see
fun.
your screen.
That's fun. Okay, hold on.
Oh, did you break your screen? Is that what
No,
you?
no.
Oh,
It's because I
okay.
have. Okay, camera, eat shit. Whatever.
Oh, is that the puppy?
It's the puppy, but it's
It
fine.
is the puppy. Yeah, he
I
got
have
the
a corgi
puppy.
now. That's
I
been
got a new
fun.
job.
But as I said
Yeah,
before, we've gone long enough. Peace out.
peace.